So while the Corvette's at the body shop, we're going to show you guys some of the things we do here at Blu8. Some of the project cars, fabrication sides of the shop, some of the machining parts, and show you what we do. This here is a 73 Datsun. We put an R32 RB26 DTT in it. Some other custom modifications, so the custom cooling setup, intercooler setup, all that fun stuff. We shaved the engine bay of all the unneeded brackets and holes and thread certs, and chopped the tops of the struts off and welded in these camber plates. The car's running a full Arizona Z-Car suspension setup. All the control arms are all billet aluminum. The rear subframe mustache bar is also aluminum. We're running an R200 diff in the car with some custom Blu808 axles. This should be a fun street car. It'll be a car that the customer can hop in and drive every day. It has nice quiet interior, nice sound system. Should be a real comfortable car for street use. So this is another customer car we're working on here. This will hopefully be one of the higher horsepower MR2s ever built. Should be around 800 horsepower hopefully. We're doing a liquid to air intercooler setup, custom made heat exchanger up front. Got this precision turbo liquid to air intercooler here that we had to make custom intakes for and inlets and outlets on. So we have to build the bracketry for that and get everything mounted up with the Miser billet water pump. Again, this is another sleeper. It's nothing flashy on the outside. The average person wouldn't even know anything's done to this. But once you pop the engine cover, that's another story. So it'll be exciting to see what kind of numbers this puts down, and should be pretty fun to drive as well. This is one of our customers' cars. This is a Porsche 993 all-wheel drive. Used to be a turbo Porsche motor in it, but now it has a turnkey engine supply LS3. It's making about 570 horsepower, and the cool part about this car is it still has air conditioning, has cats, it's smog legal, and the all-wheel drive system is still hooked up and working. So this is a really fun car to drive. Renegade hybrids out in Arizona. Did the swap and made the parts for the conversion. We're just finishing up some wiring aspects on the car and some reliability issues.
Leave the dark where it lies. We got to rise and shine.
installing the fire system. Got all the hard lines bent up, put the fire nozzles on. We have one in the passenger compartment. We still have to run the one for the engine compartment. We have one out here that's going through the floor and will be above the fuel tank. This should all provide adequate protection in case any fuel lines pop off or anything decides to catch on fire. Getting the fire system ready to be mounted to the cage. Probably should have done that before it went to the paint shop, but we didn't have all the parts in time, so that's sometimes how it goes. So that'll be mounted up there like that. It's getting to a fun part of the build. We could actually take all these cool parts we have for the car and start putting them on and, you know, finalizing everything, bolting it up how it needs to be, and it'll stay on the car. Before, when we were doing the mock-up stage, it's always put it on, take it off, put it on, do your fabrication, take it back off. So now that everything's all painted, we know it fits, we can put it on for the last time and get it ready to roll. Fucking gangster. Left, off.
To this groove, you ain't got no soul. If you can't dance to this groove, you ain't got no soul. If you can't dance to this groove, you ain't got no soul. If you can't dance to this groove, you ain't got no soul.
That's perfect.
Does it scare you when others fly their freaky flags? It would not concern you if you got funk hefty in a bag. Is it sticky green or black? Does it just undo you? Carry your funk heft in a bag, yeah. Jimmy's at the Savannah with the giraffes and the rocks where I stay, and Mary is the girl who cries in the wind.
Last time we showed you guys the Extreme Dimensions fenders that they sent over, the ZR style fenders and quarter panels. We finally got our ZR front bumper in here, and what we've done here is just mocked up all the bodywork on the car. We mounted up the LG Carbon ZR1 front splitter and under tray, and it's actually pretty solid on there. Can move the whole car with it. Got the LG hood mounted up, and a couple little items that we just need to fit here and adjust so we can have a good fitment before everything goes to the paint shop. But it's important whenever you're building a car to try and mock up as much as you can beforehand before it gets painted, so that way you'll minimize any scratches or any damage to the car trying to fit the bodywork later on once it's painted. These are the new Forgeline GA3Rs. These are the result of 20 years of R&D on Forgeline's part. They're I-beam technology, meaning each spoke is an actual I-beam shape that has been gone through with their CNC mill and milled out. They're incredibly light. The whole face is forged, barrels are forged. This is pretty much the best wheel on the market right now for anybody that's involved with motorsports. It has a hidden hardware design. Here you can see these are actually titanium fasteners. So all the bolts on this wheel are all titanium. We're really excited to run this wheel on the Corvette. We think it's one of the best looking wheels Forgeline's ever produced, and we're really happy to showcase it on our race car. This is the XD twin plate GT04 XD application for the C6 Corvette. As most of you guys know, all the Blu808 cars, you can probably see this bloody Band-Aid in the video.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine. So yeah, I was an idiot earlier today and drilled into my finger. I actually had to put the drill in reverse to get the drill bit out of my finger. So that's pretty fun. But anyhow, this is the XD GT04 XD Corvette application for a new C6 C5 Corvette. As most of you guys know, all the Blu808 race cars use XD clutches for their reliability and durability. We can go the whole season on one clutch. We never have to worry about the clutch slipping, breaking, falling apart, springs popping out, anything like that. So it's really important for us to spend a little bit of extra money just to get that reliability and durability. So that way you don't have to worry about it when you're at the racetrack. Lou and the guys over at LG sent over their new carbon intake application for the C6 Corvette. This one in particular here is designed to use the LS7 type mass airflow sensor with the built-in intake air temperature sensor. The plenum size on this thing is crazy. It's the biggest thing you can fit underneath the hood of the Corvette, and this was derived directly from the racing experience. It shows dyno proven results, and it should give us exactly what we need for our drifting application. Our search for a proper fuel system began last year at SEMA. We headed out and we spoke with Jesse from Aeromotive, and we threw around some ideas on what we needed for our fuel system demands and what the car was going to go through, run times, everything like that. We had contemplated, running a booster pump, different in-tank fuel pumps, stuff like that, a fuel cell setup, and what we came up with was their new drop-in fuel pump solution. This thing right here is the end result of 2 years worth of R&D on Aeromotive's part. It's a truly drop-in system. It utilizes a factory hole in the tank and uses a factory bulkhead fitting on top of this nice CNC machined aluminum piece. Everything's provided from Aeromotive itself. It has a nice stainless fuel strainer at the bottom, acts as a pre-filter, and once you plumb everything together, you'll put it through your lines and go through Aeromotive 100 micron filter down here, through the regulator, through all the fittings, and then they came out with these nice LS3 rails, which will be a bolt-on installation themselves. So it should be everything we need for a complete fuel system for the Vette. I'd recommend that anybody that's looking for anything fuel related for their Vette or any motorsport application, and in particular looks up Aeromotive, because it's companies like this that put the time and R&D in developing products like this that really moves the sport forward and helps us with our abilities to keep these cars reliable.
That must never come out, huh?
Hope not. So here's the complete Aeromotive Stealth Series pump. We've got it all put together and it's ready to drop into the tank. All we have left to do is hook up the power wires and it should be good to go. What up, Frank? Alright, so you guys haven't even built a car yet?
Nope, we're idiots.
Okay, so what's going on? Alright. I could probably get you one. I mean, it takes a while to get. Did you want something new or used or what? The difference between the LS2 and the LS3, the LS3 has rectangular port heads. It has a rectangular port intake manifold. It's a bigger displacement. The LS2 is a 6 liter and the LS3 is a 6.2. So just stuff like that. Yeah, the heads, intake manifold, rocker arms, stuff like that. Their crank's different. Yep. Yeah, you can. You can put LS3 heads on an LS2 block. First week of February. Okay, yeah. I probably have a Datsun I need you guys to tune. Alright, cool, Frank. Sounds good, man. Alright, we'll see you. Bye. It's a little late in the game to not even have your motor planned out yet.
How's your finger?
Seems okay now. Did you see the Facebook picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool how the nail like flapped back down after it drilled in, huh? Alright, so there's one fuel rail ready to go. So since the stock fuel tank setup actually has two tanks, one on the left and one on the right, it has a balance tube. We're going to eliminate the other tank and the balance tube, so we're going to create the plugs for the balance tube right now. We'll weld these two together here to create our plug. And that should block off the factory balance tube. Here's our finished fuel crossover plug. We just got finished welding it up and machining the top plate for it. See if it fits. There it goes. Just like that. So the coolest part about this Aeromotive Stealth fuel pump system is that it literally just pops right in like the factory fuel pump. Uses the factory O-ring, factory bulkhead fitting. Everything about it is just easy and simple, and that's what all the R&D that Aeromotive put into this really pays off at, is the installation. We go here, drop it into the tank, take the factory bulkhead fitting, slide it on. Then with a little bit of effort here, we're going to have to twist the fitting onto place. As you can see, slides in like factory. It takes a little bit of effort to twist that bulkhead fitting on, but couldn't be easier. Earlier this week at the shop, I drilled a hole in my finger, and it doesn't feel too good when you try and race go-karts with it like that. You can see where the drill went in right here.
Fabian, where's your victory speech?
My victory speech?
Yeah. Thank your sponsors and stuff.
I'd like to thank Jesus. Yeah, I'd like to thank Go-Kart Racer for letting me only pay $5 a race. That was really great.
Normal price.
My girlfriend for letting me come and race. And my daughter coming to see me race for my first time.
Is this her first time seeing a race?
A go-karts.
She's seen other races already?
She's heard a lot of races in Amber's stomach.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But live, out of the stomach, this is it.
How old is she now?
She's 1 week.
Awesome.
Stay away, Josh. Yeah. Hey, I just bought a gun too, dude.
Okay, a big round of applause for these guys.
Television